Hey there guys, Reckoning here, and welcome back to Let's Play Devil May Cry. In the last episode, I think all we did was mission 15. Even though I didn't think that was that long of a mission. But that was last video, this is this video. I go ahead and buy Rolling Blaze, so now whenever I jump with Ifrit equipped, I'll have a fiery trail behind me when I jump. Even more fire. And that is just fantastic. But we're starting mission 16. Starting off with a blue orb nomad. Forget what the phrase is for that. No less. Start off with a blue orb, no less. Now I believe that if you go to that door, you can go into a secret mission. And I guess I'm about to prove myself right or wrong right now. Okay. That was not the door. Oh, if you go back in there. Try to go back in there. Alright. This is a pretty simple secret mission. All you have to do is get to the top of this staircase of skulls, and you can get a blue orb. Problem is, you can't use Ifrit once you get Rolling Blaze, because that does damage and that will destroy the skulls. So, just put on Alistar or Ifrit without Rolling Blaze and just keep jumping up them. That was apparently the first secret mission that I did. So, that's a pretty simple one. So, again, it's a pretty simple secret mission you can knock out to get an orb. Just to have that little bit of extra health, but it'll help you in the long run. I mean, we're on to our second life bar, so gotta be good. So that marks the secret mission is clear, and I have no idea where the other secret missions are. I'm aware of. There's one in mission. There was the one in mission 6 or 7, somewhere around there. Might have been 7. Might have been 7. But now that we've got that picked up, as far as I know, there's nothing else to do around here, so we're just trying to make our way back to the beginning land, now that we have the Wheel of Morality turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. Real quick, let's grab a Devil Star. Put down the Wheel of Destiny. Wheel of Destiny shall guide you to the land of the beginning. Shall I use the Wheel of Destiny? And that lines up with that. Flips down. I believe it shoots a beam. Yeah. Shoots a beam that activates that, which brings down the drawbridge. Alright, now we can go back to the beginning land, which is basically code for where you started the game. But it looks a little different. I don't know why. It looks a little bit different. And so now we are back in the beginning room of the game. It's really dark. There's also the statue here that you kind of don't want to ignore. And I think you can see why you don't want to ignore it. It's probably better if... So once you hit that, let's say, switch behind it, that does get rid of the rider on the horse, making it easier to stand on the statue. Maybe you should do that first. That also points out another blue orb fragment. So if everything goes right, we should have 3 fragments by the time we get out of this room, putting us very close to another orb. With that activated, lightning. Okay. Lightning strikes that, and then creates a bat. So this is an electric bat. Right. Okay. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that this new enemy type that we're obviously facing is called a plasma. And apparently I did good if I got an absolute. Now we can go through that door. Fantastic. So now with the rider out of the way, we should be able to get to that orb a little bit easier. Almost. I was on its head. Right. Do correct jumps. It might be that you don't have to jump from the... Well, maybe you do. I guess if you do it with Ifrit, you could jump from the head. But it might be that you could jump from the other side and get it easier. But standing on the horse shows you it's over there. And now more plasma in here. And that seems to be the main issue with plasma, is the fact that they'll split if the conditions are right. I don't know what causes them to do that. But I'm taking a lot of damage from them for really no reason. What I'm guessing, from what I saw there, is if you fight them with Ifrit, they split. That's what it looked like to me. Because it didn't look like they were splitting with Alistair. Right, that's sealed off, because there's no reason to go back there. I don't think there's... No, there's nothing up there. So we just keep going. See what's in here. We're aiming for the open area behind the cathedral where we first fought Phantom. Because there's something we have to do over there. And of course, we still have marionettes to deal with. Even though they're an easy enemy at this point. But hey, it gave us a green orb. Shouldn't complain. Then they throw in a fetish. So that's usually never good. That's usually never good. But it went down pretty easily. So, no complaints. We go through here. It looks like the shape of the hallway has changed again. Because there used to be a door next to that one. And we may end up... There's a strong surge of evil coming from the puddle of water. There's a voice in my head saying something. One who knocks on the gate to the underworld shall borrow the strength from the blue stone. Yep. That's what I thought. We have another boss fight. This puddle of goop is called Nightmare. Yes, I said that right. This is Nightmare. I'm expecting a comment on that already. As far as I know, and I'm not too experienced with fighting Nightmare, but I'm pretty sure you have to activate the lights before Nightmare will actually materialize as a goop. And then, given an amount of time, an orb will appear either on its back or well, at the rear of it. And that's how you damage it. But in the meantime, while you're trying to get that to happen, Nightmare's got a few attacks that you kind of want to get away from. And it's got one attack in particular that, if you're trying to go for a good mission time, you kind of don't want. Got stylish on that. Jeez. Now that I think about it, if you remember the weapon Nightmare, it looks pretty similar to this. So you can see where they got the name. Both orbs are kind of easy to get to. This one probably a little bit easier. Well, depending on where you're standing when it appears. If you're standing at Nightmare's front, it'd be easier to get the one on his back, obviously. So all you have to do is jump. But Nightmare's also got the little enemies that shoots at you. It's got like spears that shoot out at the sides. It's got a machine gun-ish attack. Do I end up dying the first time? I do. When Nightmare's almost dead, I end up dying. And using another orb. Of course. This will have to last me the entire game. Now we gotta go through this all again. Though I think I ended up skipping the cutscene this time. Yes, I did. Clever me. Alright. So Nightmare has the spikes that come out the sides. It's got like machine gun attack. It's got the things that'll throw at you that try to freeze you. And it's got one ability in particular, I guess if you stand in the goop and it catches you, that is basically a time waster. It's basically a time waster. And to think that we run into Nightmare, I want to say 3 times. First time I fought Nightmare, he was not easy. I don't know why, because I was playing the game on easy and he was still giving me tons of trouble. Where here we're playing it on normal, and I'm not doing too bad. Probably because I know how to fight him now. And even though I'm spamming Devil Trigger, it's not doing that much. Well, I guess it is dealing that much damage. But when you compare it to Griffin and the Ifrit, Ebony, and Ivory, where it just pretty much shredded through his health. This is not the perfect thing to compare it to. Make sure the lights are on. I feel you can attack Nightmare with whatever you choose, you know, whatever you... Oh, that's right. And then Ice Beam. Forgot about that. And... also forgot about that. He has an ability where he steals your Devil Trigger. Forgot about that. I still don't have a Vital Star. Why? Don't know why I don't have it. Alright. I need to start turning this around, though, because I'm almost dead. Ah, he got me. He got me. This is the ability I was talking about. Sends you into this world with Sargassos and a silhouette of what appears to be Phantom. Wonder what that could mean. And of course, you can't actually hurt the Sargassos until you get in range of them, that they start flying at you. Which I eventually catch on to. I didn't think I made it out of that alive, considering I went in there with a smidge of health. So that's another orb burned. So I know how to fight Nightmare, and he's still giving me trouble. So as I was saying, you could use either Alistair or Ifrit to fight him. Whatever you buffed up the most to get abilities, use that. I mean, the reason I don't use Alistair really ever is because I barely put anything into it. Though I think in a later mission, it shows that I should have put some into Alistair, because I miss out on an item. Then again, if I ever go back and play that on hard, then I could just grab it then. But considering this is my LP file and I've already got one where I have hard mode accessible, I don't think I'm going to be going back to this one. Because I think I've done all the things I've done in the LP and more on my original file. I mean, as you can probably tell, I don't have much of a strategy when fighting Nightmare. Other than turn the lights on, wait for an orb to show up, do your best to beat the hell out of it. That is my strategy in a nutshell. Does it work? Kinda. Like, I'm not one for dodging in video games, as you can probably tell. I prefer to go Leroy Jenkins something, just rush in and get as much damage in as I can. Which is not always how you want to play a game like this. Sometimes you want to block and dodge. I rarely try doing that. Probably why Nightmare's kicking my ass. But at this rate, I should be able to get Nightmare on this turn. And yeah, okay, I did. There's only 2 more times we have to see him. Just now, we go outside like we wanted to. And we notice... oh no, the platform is still here. Then I fall into the goddamn water. Skiddly-doo. Skiddly-doo. Not sure I put Alistair up here. Probably because it attacks faster. That might have been it. As well, it may technically be weaker, skill-wise. Alistair does attack faster. And in an area where my health continually draining, it's a good thing to have something that attacks fast. But at least they gave me a health orb, so I guess it didn't really matter in the long run. So now we didn't have to jump across all the platforms to get to that. And we're going to use the Staff from Hermes right here. I can't read that. So using the Staff of Hermes, opens up these two portals. Because as you probably noticed while we're going through the hallways, some of the doors aren't showing up. So this is the only way we can get to some of those rooms now. But, mission clear. Kinda crappy time, good amount of orbs, we got a trophy, we got a D rank. Not good. It's not good. Still, 100 bonus. We've got a decent amount of orbs right now. Might be able to buy an ability next time. And just because I don't want to go back a whole lot, because you see where my last save is. So yeah. If I were to game over, basically, I'd have to go back to mission 12. I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. But next time, we're going on to mission 17. So that should be fun.